Hello, I'm Dick Bennett for the Omni Center for Peace, Justice, and Ecology. This is Omni's weekly book sampler about peace, peacemaking, peacemakers. Peacemaking is more than that subject, although I intend to continue my focus on that subject. Peacemaking, though, is also telling the truth about one's nation to try to expose the myths of the nation or to remind people about our essential past. So that I'm today to tell you about 3 books regarding United States torture, which is in violation of our Constitution, our laws, international treaties, our religions, and in every way incompatible with, I'm sure, yours as well as my view of what the United States stands for. I have 3 books. The first one is entitled Torture Team, Rumsfeld's Memo and the Betrayal of American Values. The book is by Philippe Sands, S-A-N-D-S. I'll give you the title again, Torture Team, Rumsfeld's Memo and the Betrayal of American Values. I'll read just 2 or 3 sentences from this excellent book. With a signature and a few scrawled words, Donald Rumsfeld cast aside America's international obligations, principles for the conduct of interrogation dating back more than a century to President Lincoln's famous instruction in 1863 that military necessity does not admit of cruelty. This injunction was discarded by Mr. Rumsfeld. His approval of new and aggressive interrogation techniques would produce devastating consequences, including thousands of opponents of the United States. My second book, equally excellent, is entitled Ghost Plane, The True Story of the CIA Torture Program, by Stephen Gray, spelled G-R-E-Y. Ghost Plane, The True Story of the CIA Torture Program. First, let me say that the CIA has had mainly a system of torture composed of 2 parts. One, its own torture centers run by CIA agents. But secondly, the CIA has sent prisoners all around the world to torture centers in countries, in totalitarian countries, for example, to Syria. Ghost Plane. This, and did I say that the second level of sending people around the world to torture centers is called rendition, so that the CIA had its own black sites, they were called, where their own agents tortured, and secondly, their renditions to other countries where prisoners were tortured, all against the law, all against United States treaties and of our religions. My third book is by a victim of these torture programs. It's entitled Enemy Combatant by Moazzam Begg, B-E-G-G. Enemy Combatant, My Imprisonment at Guantanamo, Bagram, and Kandahar. Again, I'll read just 2 or 3 sentences I trust I still have time. Beg was seized in Islamabad in January 2002. He was deemed an enemy combatant, even though he was swept up at his home, far from any battlefield. He was never charged with any crime. Let me repeat that. He was never charged with any crime. And in 3 years of harsh interrogation, otherwise known as torture, the United States never produced any evidence to support its suspicions that he was a terrorist and an assassin. And after those 3 years, he was finally one day released. Thank you. This has been Dick Bennett for the Omni Book Sampler.